All right, leg day. I mean, I love leg day, and for a long time, leg day and squats have been my favorite exercise and my favorite day. But man, recently, I mean, over the last 4 months, I don't know what happened, but I developed some kind of back or hip problem, and I went from squatting 265 and I couldn't even squat I could squat a plate, maybe I could squat like 165. My strength just was zapped. My back hurt. I couldn't do it. I couldn't complete a full rep, and that was frustrating. And so I actually ended up taking a break because the last time I tried it, it scared the shit out of me. I went down for a squat, just a light 95 pounds. My legs weren't the issue. And I get down there and I hear a boom pop. And I'm like, oh my God, I just herniated a disc. I thought, oh my goodness, this is over. I'm going to be laid up in the hospital bed. Nope. I re-racked the weight, and then I'm like, wow, I'm okay. I'm not hurting, and I don't risk it again. But after that, somehow my back or hip or whatever it was gets just so much better. And I really don't understand what happened. Obviously it wasn't a disc. It's checked out. No, nothing happened. So it scared me and it didn't hurt. But after that, somehow, that was the end of the pain. Don't know what happened, but man, that was a stroke of luck. And I'm grateful it wasn't anything bad. Well, still can't squat though. I'm not doing that just yet. Especially, I don't think I'm going to do an actual barbell back squat for the rest of the prep. Maybe front squats, Smith machine. But today's a leg day where I like to split them up, and this one's going to be more hamstring focused. So I'm going to get on the Smith machine and do some RDLs heavy, and then I'll probably show the light ones at the end where I'm really just trying to focus on the stretch and take my time. Because I will say, focusing on the squeeze and the stretch has been a lot better. And I've actually felt my back and my hip feel better now that I've been incorporating these and doing the light ones at the end. And I'll show what it is. It's a little setup where I'm elevated so I can get a deeper stretch, but it's nice. I'm just grateful that my back isn't messed up and that I can keep lifting. And if anything, this just shows me it's important to prioritize proper form and not ego lift, especially when you're not a power lifter and you're not trying to lift the whole world. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go to the gym and get my cardio knocked out right now. leg day was actually a lot better than yesterday, and my back or hip or whatever it is really just gotten a lot better. Um, Cardio was all right, but it was raining, and so I had to do it inside. I don't really prefer cardio on the treadmill or inside stuff because I kind of like being outside. It's just a lot nicer to actually be out and get to see nature or just feel the breeze. It's just a lot more pleasant to me, but still got about 10,000 in terms of steps, so that was solid. I mean, I'm starting to get there. I was taking a look at the pump from leg day, and it's getting a lot better. There's a lot more lines, and somehow in terms of my seated hamstring curl and my quad extensions, I've gone quite a bit up. Though that also might be because I'm not squatting as much, but if I can keep this up, I'm feeling confident about how my legs will look. And I've also got to keep doing ab work. That's also something that I've really lacked in terms of completing my physique. I can do a vacuum okay, but I just really need more of that ab definition. And so I'm going to be adding that in probably every other day. That and calves. I did a lot of calf work today, and I'm of the mind that I can do calves pretty much almost 5-6 days a week. I think they're a kind of muscle that responds really, really well to just high amounts of pressure because, you train calves and then usually 2 days after you're good. Even if you train them really hard, they just respond really quickly to recovery. It's just like a bicep. It's a smaller muscle. Quads or the lats or the hamstrings, they might need a lot more time in terms of actual active recovery, whether that's, you're still walking, of course, but it needs more time before you go and hit them heavy again. The calves, they're just so stubborn to grow too. So it feels like I need to hit them a little more often. But, I hit them a lot. And in terms of leg day, I mean, this is one of the best I've had. It does not rival close to any of what I've been doing on leg day in the past. But, I'm improving from getting hurt. So that's a win for me. And if I can get back to squatting and do maybe some Smith machine squats, front squats, something like that can really just up the volume, I think that might be good going into prep. But I'm not going to attempt to get my back squat back and fix it until after. But I'm feeling really good, and tomorrow's going to be somewhat of an active rest day. I'm going to actually just train forearms. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring up the muscles that I think are the worst on those days where I can fit them in. So I'll do forearms, I'll do calves, abs, the little gritty stuff, because I just love being in the gym. But it still gives my, my back, my chest, my legs time to recover. But I'm really starting to get excited, seeing the new lines, seeing myself get a little leaner. It's pretty cool. Am I, Sam Sulek freaky? No. But I am making improvements, and I'm gaining confidence, and I think I'm going to have a lot of fun with the rest of this cut. So forearms tomorrow and a lot more cardio, and I'm just looking forward to seeing the end product. That's all that is.